Skeletal Wyverns versus Skeletal Zulrah. Wait, no, that's not right. Skeletal Wyverns versus Zulrah. Who do you guys got? So I've always been more of a Wyverns guy, a Wyverns guy than a Zulrah guy, but I sort of wanted to try out 100 kills of both monsters to see what kind of loot I get and just see really how long it takes. Wyverns and Zulrah are probably the best money makers in the game. I would say consistent money makers. Now, obviously, you can be making a lot more money per hour at bosses if you get a boss drop. However, it can be very inconsistent. If you're looking for consistency, I'd say Wyverns and Zulrah are your best bets for money makers in the game. I guess you could say the results are pretty predictable. Wyverns are not as good money, but they're a lot more AFK. Zulrah is a lot better money, but it's not really AFK at all. I still want to test it for myself. Like I said earlier, I was never a huge Zulrah guy. I was always more Wyverns because I like AFKing stuff. However, I want to do 100 kills of each, see how long it takes, see what kind of money I make, and I'm going to show you guys what happened. So I started off at Skeletal Wyverns. Now, you guys know I love Wyverns. I've done many trips there, whether it's ranging or using melee. I've killed thousands and thousands in search for a Visage. Hasn't happened yet, but that's okay. I still love doing them. Now, gear-wise, I probably wasn't wearing the best gear. I probably could be wearing full bandos. It maybe be getting a few more kills per hour. However, I couldn't afford it, so I was using Mage Melee, which I think gives an accuracy bonus, so it still is pretty good. If anything, I was still getting almost max kills per trip, so it wasn't that huge of a difference, but I don't think money-wise it made, like I said, that huge of a difference. But at the end of the day, it's really simple. I just bring a super combat, a pro potion, and then I also bring like 15 monkfish, and then I just basically leave piety on. I use one full pro potion, and then that's it. If I get pro potions as a drop, I don't use them just because I just want to save them for the bank. Just save them for next trip, make a bit more money. But in total, this took 8 trips basically to complete this, so really not that long. 8 trips can be done in a night, if anything, but I did it at night and I finished it in the morning. So this took, I'd say, probably like 2 hours, really not that much, 2-3 hours. It really wasn't that bad. And I did many other things while doing it. I think I watched a movie, I was playing like H1Z1, and I was getting good drops, so I was very happy with it. Unfortunately, no Visage drop. It's never gonna happen, man. It's never gonna happen. One day. But here is what I got. So here is the inventory. One inventory fits all the drops. The most expensive things are probably going to be the Renar seeds and the Wyvern bones. From the Wyvern bones alone, we got 323k. Battle salves are always nice, but in total, we managed to make 2.1 bill OS buddy price. So but 3k more than the total guide price, but still pretty good for a couple hours. It's probably averaging about $1 mil an hour, a little less than 1 mil per hour. I was right about the Wyvern bones and the Renar seeds. Those were the most expensive. Also picked up a lot of pro potions, which was nice. So yeah, pretty decent money. AFK money, not bad at all, especially for something as AFK as Wyverns. I say AFK a lot for Wyverns. I mean, I AFK pretty hard. I almost die sometimes, but I'd say it's an AFK moneymaker because you're really just looking back every once in a while, eating food, attacking the monster. I don't know. What do you guys think? Now we head off to the probably more interesting monster kills / loot. Zulrah. So Zulrah is just known as the money snake. It's incredible drops. It's pretty easy to learn. Well, it's not easy to learn, but once you get the hang of it, you can do it pretty easily. Now, gear-wise, I was probably doing something people wouldn't recommend. I was using Mage Void. People say Aram's is better DPS, and it probably is. However, I was just doing 1 kill a trip. Mage Void was doing fine for me, so I just stuck with the Void. It was doing, like I said, fine, and no really reason, I guess, to have an 8-way switch, just sticking with like a 5 and 6-way. So it was totally fine. Now, it took me a couple trips to learn the rotations again. I hadn't done it in a while. My kill count was only 100 before coming to Zulrah again, so I wasn't that experienced at it, but it took me a couple trips. But I use a picture that I'll put on screen right now for the rotations, which really helps. And yeah, I got really used to it, and I streamed it for a little bit, and it was pretty fun. Now, here's the thing. Zulrah, obviously, not AFK at all. You always have to be paying attention. The only time you can AFK is in the beginning when he's just spawning the gas, and you have like 10 seconds to, I don't know, go jerk off or something. But at the end of the day, definitely not as AFK as Wyverns. However, drops-wise, we're talking bank. Like, some drops can, if you're not getting one of the good drops, they can still total like 400k. If you get, let's say, like a Raw Sharks drop and a Battle Salve drop, and then the scales as well, that's like a 400k drop right there. That's insane money just from one drop. I also got some personal bests. I got a 116, which I was really proud of. That was on my 136th kill. I started at 104 kills and ended on 204 kills, so that was my 100 Zulrah kills. And a bit later, I managed to get a 107 on stream. Unfortunately, I had to record it from the stream. I forgot to record it on Camtasia, but still pretty happy with that. Time-wise, this obviously took a lot longer than Wyverns. I'd say 6 or 7 hours is the good time frame, or a right time frame, that it took me to complete 100 kills in Zulrah. Now, obviously, I wasn't wearing the best gear. I probably wasn't doing it efficiently. Only like 2 or 3 times did I do multiple kills a trip. Usually, I just went back to Clan Wars just to get a full inventory because I never knew when I might need a full inventory of food. But again, not really AFK. You always have to be focusing on it. Took a lot longer, but you guys will see that it pays off in the loot. Now, I have never gotten a drop at Zulrah, and I never plan on getting a drop at Zulrah. I never plan on getting a drop at anything. It just hopefully happens. But here is the loot we're looking at. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I don't do Zulrah a lot, so the loot here really surprised me. It was over 10 mil for like 6 or 7 hours, which, I mean, everybody says, yeah, Zulrah is like 1 mil plus per hour. It's like 1.2 mil per hour. Apparently you can get up to 2 mil if you're doing it really efficiently, but holy shit, 10 mil? That's insane. Wow. Now, obviously I spent like 1 mil on supplies maybe for the sips I always took of antidote, magic potion, ranging potion. Had to refill my blowpipe and toxic staff a couple times. But in total, we're looking at like 10.8 mil from Zulrah, which, wow, I'm so happy that I did this challenge because I just made bank. But at the end of the day, I made money on both. Now, obviously, I made a lot more money doing Zulrah kills. If I were to do this, let's say 4 hours of Wyverns versus 4 hours of Zulrah, the loot might be a bit more even because you can't kill as many Zulrahs per hour as you can Wyverns. But I thought 100 kills might be a good comparison. Obviously, it comes down to time and how efficiently you do it. So that pretty much leads me to my conclusion. It's really all down to personal preference. If you're looking for more consistent money and you don't mind not AFKing, Zulrah is 100% for you. As long as you learn the rotations and you do it efficiently, you could be making insane money. It obviously has more drops as well. You can get Uncut Onyx, you can get Serpentine Visage, you can get the Fangs, you can get the Mutagens, so a lot more drops to look forward to. With Wyverns, it's just sort of AFK and consistent. The big drop you're looking forward to is the Visage, and you also have the Dragon Plate legs and Granite legs to look forward to as well. But I'd really like to know what you guys think. Are you guys more Wyverns people, or are you guys more Zulrah people? For those of you guys who do them, let me know why you do them and which one you prefer and why. But the important thing is that I just made bank from doing this challenge, so I'd recommend doing it as well. Why don't you guys try your own 100 Wyverns versus 100 Zulrah challenge? You'll be making bank, I promise. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoy this. Thank you all for watching. Hope to see you next time. Have a good one, and peace.